welcome to Global Morning.
The death toll from flooding.
Most time our politicians just bring in policies too, for sure.
Incidentally, we have several more stories.
The legislature was carefully crafted to
22.2% inflation rates as of April this year. What does that say about where we are as a country?
I think Nigeria has resorted to being resilient.
Before you call a police station, before they even leave, they'll take permission from
I don't think there's really anything on ground to improve.
the struggle with the strike.
You have done your work, you have put us to the wall. We are not the slaves.
I'm not a small boy. You should have given me the report.
I have not seen the report.
It's a great Monday. It's Thursday, the 18th day in the month of July 2024. What more can I say? It's not just the fourth working day of the week for us here at Global Television. It's a big day, special, spectacular, and we thought we should share that story with you using our broadcast for the entire day. First off, I'm Uyi Agmofwegwe, and my colleague, Juma Manson, will be joining shortly on the show, and together we'll be your pilot all the way till 9 o'clock today. All right, we'll spend the last 48 hours or so talking to you in particular about the milestone that has now been accomplished by Global Television, and that is the fact that Global Television is going to be officially live on DSTV channel 365 at 9 a.m. West African time. If you live beyond the shores of Africa, that will be GMT +1, as we usually say. So I want to celebrate this moment with you. Is the start of several milestones in very positive sense to come for Global Television and all of those who are associated with it. So I'm sure that congratulations are just appropriate for us at this point in time. So there's a whole lot we'll be doing today on account of this occasion, all through our broadcast from now till midday. And then, of course, it's going to continue all the way. But we're going to run you through all of this shortly. But just to let you know that today's edition of Global Morning is special for us, and we thought we should make it as remarkable as possible for not just us, but for you as well. So for the most part, we're going to take our time talking about broadcast media in Nigeria, particularly from the standpoint of television, how it has evolved in the last couple of, 5-6 decades. Then, of course, we'll talk about how that it continues to shape how we carry on as a nation, socially, politically, economically, and otherwise. We'll look at how broadcasts, television in particular, influences public opinion and how it has been leveraged as a tool over time to also set agenda for government on all levels across board. So we're going to help you delve into all of these in a bit. But in the meantime, we're taking a quick break, and the rest of the program will return shortly. To stay with us.
Is a public announcement. Global Television is set to be launched starting from 9 a.m. tomorrow, 18th of July 2024, on DSTV channel 365. Be sure to tune into Global Television on DSTV channel 365, the pride of the nation. This is a public announcement. Global Television is set to be launched starting from 9 a.m. tomorrow, 18th of July 2024, on DSTV channel 365. Be sure to tune into Global Television on DSTV, channel 365.
Global Morning is your ultimate destination for engaging political and economic matters. I am Uyi Agmofwebe.
And don't forget to include social discussions. Tune in every weekdays from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. I am Queen Agaba.
For insightful breakfast ideas, business summaries, sports highlights, international and local news perspective, I am Anthony Momodu.
Don't miss the in-depth analysis of current and political issues by the Global Morning team and experts. I am Jumai Manson.
Catch Global Morning here on Global Television. Getting on the action. I am Edikan Michael.
We are
the Global Morning team.
For an insightful idea that takes the center stage and the conversation that gets beyond the headlines, to explore the lasting impact of political decisions, Big Talk got you covered. From policy debates to geopolitical insights, from thought-provoking discussions to actionable insight.
What is the real responsibility of government?
Big Talk delves deep into the heart of the matter. Join us weekdays on Global Televisions from 6:30 p.m. for a reverting journey into the heart of politics, where we dissect issues shaping our society.
With every government and introduction of new policies, businesses of all kinds and sizes seize the opportunity to evolve and redefine themselves. Business Point on Global Television is where we follow the money and put the facts and figures right in front of you. Watch Business Point every Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. as Kikelamo Okeri tracks all the latest developments across critical sectors. Business Point, this is business.
Are you ready to be entertained like never before? Get ready to dive into the latest and greatest entertainment news in lifestyle, music, movies, birthday celebration, and so much more, all on Entertainment Circle on Global Television. From the hottest red carpet event to exclusive interviews with your favorite stars, we've got you covered. Stay up to date with the latest trends and news from the entertainment world, all in one place. Tune in every Saturday by 1 p.m. with Chung Animal Joseph on Global.
This is a public announcement. Global Television is set to be launched starting from 9 a.m. tomorrow, 18th of July 2024, on DSTV channel 365. Be sure to tune into Global Television on DSTV channel 365, the pride of the nation.
Global TV concept is the emerging, brand that everybody must watch. So I subscribe, and I'm prescribing that we must all be ready to begin to watch Global TV.
So keep watching Global TV, especially for updates on agriculture, food, commodities, and without food, there is no great nation.
So please watch Global TV because it's going to change your life.
This is a public announcement. Global Television is set to be launched starting from 9 a.m. tomorrow, 18th of July 2024, on DSTV channel 365. Be sure to tune into Global Television on DSTV channel 365, the pride of the nation.
Global Morning is your ultimate destination for engaging political and economic matters. I am Uyi Agmofwebe.
And don't forget to include social discussions. Tune in every weekdays from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. I am Queen Agaba.
For insightful breakfast ideas, business summaries, sports highlights, international and local news perspective, I am Anthony Momodu.
Don't miss the in-depth analysis of current and political issues by the Global Morning team and experts. I am Jumai Manson.
Catch Global Morning here on Global Television. Getting on the action. I am Edikan Michael.
We are
the Global Morning team.
For an insightful idea that takes the center stage and the conversation that gets beyond the headlines, to explore the lasting impact of political decisions, Big Talk got you covered. From policy debates to geopolitical insights, from thought-provoking discussions to actionable insight,
What is the real responsibility of government?
Big Talk delves deep into the heart of the matter. Join us weekdays on Global Televisions from 6:30 p.m. for a reverting journey into the heart of politics, where we dissect issues shaping our society.
With every government and introduction of new policies, businesses of all kinds and sizes seize the opportunity to evolve and redefine themselves. Business Point on Global Television is where we follow the money and put the facts and figures right in front of you. Watch Business Point every Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. as Kikelamo Okeri tracks all the latest developments across critical sectors. Business Point, this is business.
Are you ready to be entertained like never before? Get ready to dive into the latest and greatest entertainment news in lifestyle, music, movies, birthday celebration, and so much more, all on Entertainment Circle.
I'm sure I can confidently now say that it's a full house now. Jomai Manson has joined the gang, as it were. But the gang is bigger than this, actually.
Yes, it is.
Behind the cameras.
Behind the cameras.
Right. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Good morning, Mr.
I was almost going to say Happy New Year.
And congratulations to each and every one of us
Right.
here on Global Television.
Mhm.
It's a win-win for all of us.
It is.
We are happy to be here.
Right.
Really.
You know, like I said at the top of the program this morning, it's a spectacular day for us.
Yes, it is.
Ordinarily, I shouldn't even be on Global Body.
No, you shouldn't.
But we had to do all of this. Anthony Momodu, by the way, is busy behind cameras and working on sports,
Yes,
because
he
that,
is.
again, is a spectacular presentation that he has with Samuel Odi for us today. You can trust him on that one. But you see, we can't forget where we come from, as they say. It took a lot of months, virtually 1 year, to get to this point today. You know, people always almost don't see the work you put in. It's the results that we all see. So I think it's also good, by way of staying grateful, to highlight some of those, if you like, milestones that led to where we are today. I mean, we have all been part of the process here, apparently.
Yes, exactly.
Whether it's technical or
content
and what have you, meetings after meetings, phone
Yes.
calls, and a bit of gbasgbos in between.
Very true, Mr. Uy. It has been a long journey. It hasn't been easy, but God has been faithful. And then the most important thing is the zeal from our MD. You know, like I always tell Anthony, I said, I have learned a lot this period. I've learned that when you believe in something, you should hold on to it and always believe that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. It hasn't been easy, but we thank God we're here and we're here to stay and we're here to make impact and we're here to deliver. So the most important thing is it's a win-win.
It is.
We're all happy.
It is. And I'm happy you highlighted the angle of the MD. You
Yes.
know, I mean, I have my own confession to make because there were times I thought, look, we are done here. I mean, the
Forget
captain of the
about
ship
it.
is going to back out now, because I mean, let's cut him some slacks. Let's be fair to him. A lot of investment of time, money, and
my
other valuable
God.
resources put in. You know, a couple of attempts, you know, had failed altogether. So one would have thought, well, it's justifiable if we pack up now and say, let's back
done.
out. But the man leading from the front says we're not done until we are done.
Exactly.
And see what has, I mean, it has paid off big time right now. And
Yes, it has.
that, for many of us, is a source of motivation for us to take into even other sectors and other endeavors to say that, look, you must learn to stay put. You know, somebody once said that the part of the night that is closest to the morning is always the darkest.
Yes, it is.
But not everybody is able to stay through. And I listened to Jack Ma, the founder and CEO of Alibaba, recently, one of his old videos, where he was saying that today is hard. Tomorrow is going to be harder. He said, but the day after tomorrow is bright.
Yes,
The
it
bad thing is a lot of people would die tomorrow, so they're unable to see the brighter day after tomorrow. So I think we are typical examples here at Global Television of people who have seen the bad day, the worst day, and the bright day. And today's our bright day. I mean, it's the only common sense that we should celebrate it.
It's only common sense.
Right.
And, you know, looking at this critically, like you have said, a lot of people would have, like amazing MD, Dr. Ibrahim Biu, really looking at it, he didn't back down. He says, you all are my lieutenants, like he always calls us. So, like you said, he was spearheading this whole thing. It would have been easy to just say, sir, let's just concentrate on where we are and then...
What is going to be is going to be.
What's going to be is going to be, sir. You definitely must have heard voices telling you, you've spent so much your resources, the stress and all of that. But yet he didn't give up. And he gave us that zeal. You know, that's the thing. When a leader is up and doing, and it gives you that moral support. He has told you, okay, this is the morale, follow it, and then you just, when he leads, you just follow, and now it has paid off. Like I said, congratulations. Look at me smiling from cheek to cheek. You
can't help it, that's instinctive.
I can't help it. But congratulations to each and every one of us is worth celebrating. Really, 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 really. I'm happy.
All right, so that's great to know. But again, like we said a while ago, we have a loaded program for you. Today, we're taking a quick break now. We understand we have a special report that focuses on the train system. All right, put together by our own vibrant, vivacious correspondent, Edikon Michael.
Abuja Rail Mass Transit is a regional rail transport system in the Federal Capital Territory of Nigeria. It is the second rapid transit system in West Africa. The first phase of the project connects the city center to Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, stopping at the Abuja-Kaduna Railway Station in Ido, with more than 2,000 passengers boarding per day. The Abuja Metro Station project, which has been idle for years, was commissioned in 2018 by former President Muhammadu Buhari, and on May 29, 2024, President Bola Tinubu flagged it off for commercial operations. According to the design of the rail, the project is to cover a total distance of 290 kilometers and is meant to be developed in 6 phases.
The facilities we have now is modern facilities. We have what we call DMU, diesel multiple unit, popularly called locomotives. And we have 12 DMU, and each DMU consists of 4 locomotives. So, in other words, we have 48 locomotives on ground now. And the tracks, they are, double, gauge tracks. So, and you can see the stations. They are modern stations. So far, so good. We have recorded over 30,000 passengers since we started 30th of May 2024.
The Abuja Rail Transit has a future expansion of Lot 2 from Gwagwa via Transportation Center to Nyanya Karu. Lot 4 is from Kuje to Kashi, with the remaining legs of the transit way in Line 2. Lot 5 from Kubwa via Buari to Suleja. Lot 6 from Airport via Kuje and Gwagwalada to Dobi.
This is actually my first time boarding a train, and I'm so happy and so glad for the federal government to bring this into Abuja, and this is really, really, really a nice experience for me.
The train is clean, and as you can see, the securities inside there are doing their work. The federal government, I will commend them on this particular development because it's a welcome development in the city centers of Abuja. So people who are coming from the Basanchua to the city centers, who are working in the central areas, they find it very, very easy because due to the cost of the transportation now, fuel cost is too high. People cannot actually afford to use their vehicles to go to work every morning. So they are using the means of this fast light rail to go to their workplaces.
I've been on board of the train for more than 11 times, and I feel good that the government provide for us a free and reliable transport for everybody.
Or at least on this one, they did very well.
We are already live inside the train, about to move in less than 5 minutes down to the airport, which is the final stop for today's. And of course, the experience right here, the passengers already boarding, is quite electrifying, giving a lot of commentaries about how they feel about the train. Generally, this is also in a bid by the federal government to cushion the lot of transportation pressure on the residents of the Federal Capital Territory. And we can see the passengers are already boarding, sitting behind and having a feel of what the train really looks like. For some of them, this is the first time, but for others, it has been on operations right from 30th May till today. They have been boarding the train to and fro. And this is also a way of also encouraging the fact that the experience of the train station and the fact that the security right here is also safe for the passengers.
The commencement of commercial operations of the Abuja Rail Mass Transit Project is to solve the perennial transportation problem in the Federal Capital Territory and its adjoining towns and cities. The project will also be a reliable alternative to road transport, help alleviate traffic congestion in Abuja, and reduce strains associated with heavy traffic. The light rail system will also provide mobility for residents to access various parts of the city, as well as support social inclusion and provides greater access to employment, education, and healthcare facilities.
All right, you're welcome back. And of course, it's Global Morning. Mr. Uyi, amazing documentary from the Metro train. And up next, at about this point, is Taste and Texture. Stay tuned.
I'm delighted to have you here with me on Taste and Texture. I'm Fatimi Aboma. Today we'll be making a new twisted kind of northern dish, Brabisco, but this time with Gari. Brabisco, which is also pronounced as Brabisco, is a traditional couscous meal that hails from the northern Maiduguri, Borno State. This meal is quick and easy to prepare. The primary ingredient for making this food is couscous. Couscous is also known as Brabisco in some northern parts of Nigeria and is made from corn or wheat grain. Nevertheless, in preparing this meal, couscous is sometimes substituted with gari. When gari is used in preparing this food, lukewarm water is added to it. The gari is then stirred with a fork so that it doesn't form solid mold. The small disjointed lumps of gari are what is required in preparing Brabisco. Other ingredients used in making this food are shredded chicken, green pepper, spring onions, vegetable oil, seasoning cubes, onion, garlic, ginger, chili pepper, and salt. The ingredients that make this food delicious and delightful. It also makes it one of the luxurious dishes of northern Nigeria. Brabisco can be prepared as jollof, but when it is served plain, it is paired with spicy stew of meat and vegetable. This meal allegedly helps to boost the immune system. It also aids in weight loss. Team Fit Farm. This is another delicious meal that you can add to your menu. Brabisco can be served at any time of the day. This delicacy can be best enjoyed with chilled soft drink or chilled zobo. So if you have not tasted this food before and you're thinking of something different to make with gari, try making Brabisco. Assuredly, you'll be pleasantly surprised and amazed. The ingredients needed for this Brabisco dish are 1 cup of gari, 1 cup of chopped vegetable, green pepper, a handful of chopped onions, 1 cup of shredded chicken, 1 tablespoon of butter, 2 cooking spoons of groundnut oil, seasoning cubes, 2 cloves of garlic, 1 tablespoon of grated ginger, 1 teaspoon of chili powder, and now let's make it. Wash and season the shredded chicken with ginger, garlic, and seasoning. In a pan, heat up the butter or groundnut oil and stir in the shredded chicken. Sprinkle the chili pepper and taste for seasoning and add more as needed. Once the chicken has browned and is cooked, add the vegetables and stir in. In a separate bowl, add some steeped water to the gari and stir with a fork so it doesn't form a solid mold. Pour in your chicken and vegetables into the bowl of gari and stir till properly combined. Serve warm and enjoy. That's all for today. See you same time next time for another scrumptious episode of Taste and Texture. Bye.
All right, you're welcome back from that delicious delicacy called barbrisco. And I'm going to put Mr. Uyi on the spot here. I'm sure he has never had barbrisco. Have you ever had barbrisco before?
I'd like to tell you that much as I'm adventurous, I'm not so sure this is something I want to try all by myself. I'll need somebody who has been there, done that, to be by my side to give me all of the moral support. Yes.
But I will tell you for free, it is a delicious delicacy. Delicious. You saw the shredded chicken.
I think I can take your word to the bank on this one.
The shredded chicken, the bell pepper, the onions, and all of those yumminess combined, giving you that feel of deliciousness. So it is delicious, right?
That's great.
So you're going to call for the next segment in which we have.
Right. So basically, we have sports for you right up ahead, but that will be after the Global AM News. But remember, it's a special day, so just keep your fingers crossed and stay with Global Television.
Announcement. Global Television is set to be launched starting from 9 a.m. tomorrow, 18th of July 2024 on DSTV channel 365. Be sure to tune into Global Television on DSTV channel 365, the pride of the nation.
Global TV concept is the emerging, brand that everybody must watch. So I subscribe, and I'm prescribing that we must all be ready to begin to watch Global TV.
So keep watching Global TV, especially for updates on agriculture, food, commodities, and without food, there is no great nation.
So please watch Global TV because it's going to change your life.
For an insightful idea that takes the center stage and the conversation that gets beyond the headlines, to explore the lasting impact of political decisions, Big Talk got you covered. From policy debates to geopolitical insights, from thought-provoking discussions to actionable insight.
What is the real responsibility of government?
Big Talk delves deep into the heart of the matter. Join us weekdays on Global Televisions from 6:30 p.m. for a reverting journey into the heart of politics, where we dissect issues shaping our society.
With every government and introduction of new policies, businesses of all kinds and sizes seize the opportunity to evolve and redefine themselves. Business Point on Global Television is where we follow the money and put the facts and figures right in front of you. Watch Business Point every Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. as Kikelamo Okeri tracks all the latest developments across critical sectors. Business Point. This is business.
Are you ready to be entertained like never before? Get ready to dive into the latest and greatest entertainment news in lifestyle, music, movies, birthday celebration, and so much more, all on Entertainment Circle on Global Television. From the hottest red carpet event to exclusive interviews with your favorite stars, we've got you covered. Stay up to date with the latest trends and news from the entertainment world, all in one place. Tune in every Saturday by 1 p.m. with Chung and Emil Joseph at Global Television.
In an ever-busy world, the increasing challenge of keeping track of health matters can be extremely demanding.
Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to Global AM News on Global Television, coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. I'm Muyi Agumofwebe. Just a quick reminder that Global Television will officially be launched at 9 o'clock West African time. President Tinubu has forwarded to the Senate for consideration and approval the injection of 6.2 trillion naira into the 27.5 trillion naira 2024 budget. The president, in the request via a letter read on the floor of the Senate by the President, Godswill Akpabio, during plenary, specifically sought for withdrawal of 3.2 trillion naira from the Consolidated Revenue Fund for capital expenditure. The President, in the second leg of the request, sought for withdrawal of another 3 trillion naira from the Consolidated Revenue Fund for additional recurrent expenditure for the year ending on December 31, 2024. As part of efforts to expand its footprint in the broadcast media industry, Global Television will officially launch on DSTV channel 365 starting from today at 9 o'clock. This landmark achievement follows consistent efforts by the management of Global Television to broaden its reach and deepen media participation in national developments and global affairs. Managing Director of Global Television, Dr. Ibrahim Biu, speaks on the importance of this milestone.
It has not been easy. It has been a very, very long journey, right from Nigeria to South Africa to Spain. You know, they all know us for the past 1 year. It has been tremendous pushing, commitment, discussion, evaluating our content, evaluating our technical capability before we now reach a point of being allocated a channel 365 on DSTV. We all know that DSTV has a monopoly in the Nigerian industry. So finally we have succeeded in getting to be on DSTV channel. Platform. So with that, we'll do our best to see that we work towards unity of our country, peaceful coexistence of our country, in terms of news and other programs that will enhance and develop our country. So we are on DSTV channel 365 as from tomorrow, Thursday, 18th.
Dr. Ibrahim Biu, Global Television's Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer there. Global Television is a 24-hour news and current affairs channel broadcasting from the capital of Nigeria, Abuja. Meanwhile, the management of Global Television has paid a visit to the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, as part of efforts to establish collaboration. Managing Director and Chief Executive of Global Television, Dr. Ibrahim Biu, stated his commitment to contributing to the peace and development of Nigeria through the media. Queen Agnes, the rest reports.
The Managing Director of Global Television, Ibrahim Biu, paid a courtesy visit to the Director General of the Nigerian Television Authority at the NTA headquarters in Abuja. The visit aimed to foster stronger ties between the two media organizations, explore potential areas of collaboration, professional assistance, and to tap from the wealth of experience of the NTA.
We are courtesy call to NTA, knowing fully that NTA is the epicenter of the broadcasting industry, not only in Nigeria but in Africa.
Thank you very much.
So we feel that we need to have a touch with you as a big brother to advise us in the industry, to see the area of cooperation, to see the area of support, and to see how we can move on together.
In response, the Director General, NTA, Salihu Abdulhamid Dembos, represented by the Managing Director News, Ayodele Adewuyi, assured Global Television of its support and cooperation in areas they deem it. Describing Global Television as one to be reckoned with, Ayodele urged the management not to hesitate in contacting NTA for assistance.
This is a good tidings for the broadcast world in Nigeria, and I want to believe that with your dedication, commitment, and with the help of Almighty Allah, we succeed. Global Television will be one to be reckoned with in the media space. Please, feel free to contact us anytime. Areas that you may not have access to, that we will have access to. that area will, I think we'll be able to cooperate, exchange content, so that for the benefit of the populace generally.
Global Television, a news and current affairs station, has finalized plans to start their DSTV streaming service on Channel 365 and all multi-choice platforms from Thursday, 18th July 2024. Global Television, a news and current affairs station, has finalized plans to start their streaming service on DSTV, Channel 365, and all multi-choice platforms from Thursday, 18th July 2024. For Global Television, Queen Agaba reporting.
Thank you, Queen, for that reporting. The House of Representatives has considered and adopted the Niger Delta Development Commission NDDC 2024 appropriation bill of 1.91 trillion naira. The decision of the House followed the consideration of a report of the Committee on the Commission chaired by Eriatake Iborisionu during plenary. 2024 budget before the House Committee earlier in July, Managing Director of the NDDC, Samuel Ogboku, stated that it would source funding of its proposed spending from loans to the tune of 1 trillion naira. A veteran journalist and the first chairman of Labour Party, Lawson Usagi, has thrown Nigerian Labour Congress on their stance Joint Committee to decentralize ongoing national minimum wage dialogue to states.
If they are suggesting that, let them deregulate the National Assembly. Let all senators, let all House of Representatives, let them be paid by their local government. Not by state, by their local government. If they want to deregulate, they should start from themselves. All their allowances, everything, let their local government pay. Because there's none of them that is not starting from the world. So if they do that, then they can now come to decide whether minimum wage will be deregulated. It's not playing back and forward. It's selfish. It's a class struggle. Are they talking of their allowances? Are they talking of their cost of governance? In a country, we all go to the same market. Some of them are taking 13 million. Then you are discussing 32, 30, 48. Is that not wickedness? It's not selfishness, it's wickedness. It's not even ignorance.
Usagi reiterated his thoughts on the possible strike action called by Comrade Joe Ajaero, president of the Nigerian Labour Congress, stating that it is self-serving on the part of government to consider moving workers' wages to the concurrent list. The national minimum wage negotiation has been a conflicting issue among the organized labor, federal government, state governors, and the organized private sector. Let's turn to other stories now. The federal government has predicted that 94 towns across some states in the country are at risk of a 5-day flooding beginning on Tuesday of this week and ending on July 20, 2024. Minister of State of Environment, Dr. Isiaq Salako, said the identified locations and their environs would likely witness heavy rainfall within the prediction period. Governor Abba Yusuf of Kano State has approved the appointment of 3 second-class emirs of Rano, Gaya, and Karaye with immediate effect. The governor's spokesperson, Sanusi Tofa, stated that the new emirate are to serve as second with Kano as the first-class emirate. The Nigeria Labour Congress (NLC) has threatened to shut down the country for a month in protests against plans by the National Assembly to deregulate the national minimum wage. NLC President Joe Ajaero declared the position of the union while speaking on the sidelines of the 67th Nigeria Employers Consultative Association Annual General Meeting in Lagos. The Congress's threats came as the nation awaits a new national minimum wage following months of negotiations between organized labor, the federal government, and the organized private sector. A few other 30 states have fixed dates for local government election in the aftermath of last Thursday's Supreme Court judgment, which prohibited federal allocation to council being administered by caretaker committees. The states that have commenced council poll preparations include Kaduna, Kogi, Bauchi, Katsina, Osun, Enugu, Benue, Rivers, Imo, Kebbi, Abia, and Anambra states. The Senate has announced the removal of Senator Mohammed Ali Ndume as Chief Whip. When put to voice vote by President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, members of the APC Senate caucus endorsed Ndume's removal as Senate Chief Whip during plenary. Ndume was replaced by Tahir Mongono. This comes amid his recent criticisms of President Bola Tinubu's government. In a letter addressed to the Senate caucus by the national leadership of the ruling party, the APC asked Ndume to resign his membership of it and join any opposition party of his choice. A federal high court in Abuja has nullified the impeachment of Philip Shaibu as the deputy governor of Edo State. Justice James Omotosho, in a judgment, ordered his reinstatement to the office on the grounds that Edo State House of Assembly had failed to comply with due process in the purported impeachment. Justice Omotosho held that the allegation on which the House of Assembly had based its impeachment proceedings was untenable in law and did not constitute gross misconduct. The judge therefore ordered the Inspector General of Police to provide him with needed security in order for him to resume office and perform the functions of the office until the end of his tenure. In a related development, Federal High Court sitting in Abuja has upheld the nomination of Dr. Aswe Ighodalo as the People's Democratic Party's candidate for the 2024 Edo State gubernatorial election. The court's decision, delivered by Justice James Omotosho, dismissed the case filed by Philip Shaibu that challenged Ighodalo's nomination as the PDP's candidate. In its ruling, the court held that Ighodalo was duly nominated during the party's primary election, which held on February 22, 2024 at the Samuel Ogbamodia Stadium in Benin City. You're watching the to you live from channel 276. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms using at Global TV NG and other handles as you now see on your screen. When the AM News returns, former players demand 169 million naira from management of Kwara United, issues 7-day ultimatum. We'll tell you about that and bring you more stories behind this short break. We encourage you to stay with us.
Announcement. Global Television is set to be launched starting from 9 a.m. tomorrow, 18th of July 2024 on DSTV channel 365. Be sure to tune into Global Television on DSTV channel 365, the pride of the nation.
Global TV concept is the emerging, brand that everybody must watch. So I subscribe, and I'm prescribing that we must all be ready to begin to watch Global TV.
So keep watching Global TV, especially for updates on agriculture, food, commodities, and without food, there is no great nation.
So please watch Global TV because it's going to change your life.
For an insightful idea that takes the center stage and the conversation that gets beyond the headlines, to explore the lasting impact of political decisions, Big Talk got you covered. From policy debates to geopolitical insights, from thought-provoking discussions to actionable insight.
What is the real responsibility of government?
Big Talk delves deep into the heart of the matter. Join us weekdays on Global Televisions from 6:30 p.m. for a reverting journey into the heart of politics, where we dissect issues shaping our society.
With every government and introduction of new policies, businesses of all kinds and sizes seize the opportunity to evolve and redefine themselves. Business Point on Global Television is where we follow the money and put the facts and figures right in front of you. Watch Business Points every Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. as Kikelamo Okeri tracks all the latest developments across critical sectors. Business Points. This is business.
Are you ready to be entertained like never before? Get ready to dive into the latest and greatest entertainment news in lifestyle, music, movies, birthday celebration, and so much more. All on Entertainment Circle on Global Television. From the hottest red carpet event to exclusive interviews with your favorite stars, we've got you covered. Stay up to date with the latest trends and news from the entertainment world, all in one place. Tune in every Saturday by 1 p.m. with Chung and Emil Joseph on Global Television.
In an ever-busy world, the increasing challenge of keeping track of health matters can be extremely demanding. Follow the latest health tips and trends on Health Guide on Global Television on Tuesday at 3 p.m. Health Guide on Global Television. Put your health first. Get ready for it. Inside Today brings you issues relating to family, peer pressure, drugs, substance abuse, societal and topical issues making rounds. Join Jumaine Manson on Global Television Monday to Thursday and they repeat every Friday. Time 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Don't miss out.
Are you a food lover?
This is Global Television bringing you live broadcast of the AM News. Thank you everyone for staying with us. Just a quick reminder that Global Television will be live on DSTV channel 365 at 9 o'clock West Africa time today. We encourage you to stay with us, marking this very auspicious occasion here at Global Television. Nigeria's Center for Disease Control has raised significant concerns over a significant increase in other endemic-prone diseases such as Lassa fever, meningitis, and yellow fever. Director General, Nigeria's Center for Disease Control, Dr. Idris Jide, made this known while briefing journalists on the situation of the recent outbreak of cholera in Abuja. Queen Agaba has details.
Following the rainy season, no fewer than 103 persons have died as a result of the current cholera outbreak, which has so far recorded 3,623 suspected cases in 187 local government areas across 34 states and the Federal Capital Territory. Director General of the NCDC, Dr. Jide Idris, while updating newsmen on the cholera outbreak situation, prevention and response efforts at the national and subnational levels, raised concerns over underreporting of the situation due to inadequate resources to support surveillance and disease detection activities at the subnational level.
Although almost all the states in Nigeria have reported cases of cholera now, there appears to be an underreporting of the situation, as required data from the states are not coming real time as expected, given the trend in previous years. This is largely due to inadequate resources, though that's what they say at the state level, inadequate resources to support surveillance and disease detection activities at the subnational level.
The Director General further rules out that there was 5.6% decline in the number of cases in the reporting week 8 to 14th July compared to the preceding week, and a drop in the case fatality rate from 2.9% to 2.8%.
We also recorded a drop in the case fatality rate from 2.9 to 2.8. Definitely there is a decline in case fatality rate from week 24 when we notified the public when we saw that spike to the present week. There is a slight decrease in case fatality rate.
Dr. Jide Idris, Director General NCDC. While acknowledging the tireless efforts of stakeholders, MDAs, healthcare workers, and community leaders in responding to the outbreak, the NCDC called for state governments to prioritize actions that ensure access to safe water and proper hygiene practices in communities. For Global Television, Queen.
Let's turn to the foreign scene now, where King Charles III has outlined Labour's first program for government in 15 years, with promises of economic stability and tougher action on irregular immigration to improve relations with Europe sourced by Brexit. Despite its name, the address, which marks the official start of the new parliamentary session, is not written by the monarch as head of state, but by the government. It was centre-left Labour's first such speech since it was last in power in 2010. Israeli ambassador to Nigeria, Michael Freeman, says Israel is open to partnering with the federal government and the private sector in areas that benefit both countries. He said this was part of his country's efforts to eradicate poverty and insecurity in the world. Freeman, who was represented by the Council of Israel in Nigeria in Bad Lippmann Garden, spoke at the Nigeria-Israel Business Forum's annual general meeting in the nation's capital. European politicians and diplomats were already prepared for changes to their relationship with the United States in the event of a second Donald Trump presidency. Now that the Republican candidate has chosen Ohio Senator James David Vance as his running mate, those differences appear even starker on prospects for the war in Ukraine, security and trade. A vocal critic of U.S. aid to Ukraine, Vance told this year's Munich Security Conference that Europe should wake up to the U.S. having to pivot its focus to East Asia. Lawyers in Guinea are on strike to protest a crackdown on dissent by the military regime. This week, the country's bar association had denounced what it described as arbitrary protests and the secret detention of citizens. The association stated that lawyers would boycott court sessions until 31 July. Court activities are said to be paralyzed by the strike, which could disrupt a landmark trial over a 2009 massacre that is regarded as one of the darkest moments in the West African nation's history. And out of business, the International Monetary Fund, IMF, has projected 3% growth for Nigeria in 2025, though this is lower than the 3.1% growth projection for the country in 2024. IMF's latest World Economic Outlook indicates that it is higher than growth estimates of most emerging markets, while South Africa's growth in 2025 is projected at 1.2% from 0.9% this year. Brazil's stands at 2.4% growth from 2.1% in 2024. President of Dangote Group, Aliko Dangote, says his business's $30 billion revenue target by the end of next year will boost the naira. Dangote made this known during a tour of his refinery and petrochemicals, as well as Dangote Fertilizer Limited, by media executives, indicating a plan to attain independence from the Central Bank of Nigeria in foreign exchange sourcing. According to him, the expected significant inflow of forex into Nigeria through his businesses will automatically boost the value of the nation's local currency. Experts have expressed concerns that the decision of the federal government to throw open the nation's borders to allow feed importation will affect private investments in the agricultural sector. Minister of Agriculture and Food Security Abubakar Kyari revealed at a press conference in Abuja that the 150-day duty-free import window for commodities such as maize, husked brown rice, wheat, and cowpeas is part of the implementation of the newly launched Presidential Accelerated Stabilization and Advancement Plan. In sports, a group of former players and officials of Kwara United has issued a 7-day ultimatum to the management of the club to pay their outstanding 196 million naira, which they claim is their collective sign-on fees owed from the 2014-2015 season. The ultimatum was communicated to the club management by the group's legal counsel as Exact Legal Associates via letter dated July 11, 2024. Entitled Demand for Outsourcing Sign-on Fees Payments of erstwhile players and officials from the 2014-2015 till date. Mason Greenwood is due to have a medical before completing a permanent move from Manchester United to Marseille. Sources have said that the forward has agreed personal terms with a fee including add-ons of more than 30 million euros in place around a contract that is set to run to 2029. United have negotiated what they regarded as a significant sell-on clause. Marcel were criticized by the city mayor last week when their intentions became apparent. And that's it on the AM News, and it came to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on Star Times, channel 276. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms using a Global TV and other handles as you now see on your screen. And we are Mofugo saying a very big thank you to you for watching. And here's another gentle reminder that Global Television will officially be live on DSTV channel 365 at 9 a.m. West Africa time. Do stay with us for a spectacular day on Global Television.
For an insightful idea that takes the center stage and the conversation that gets beyond the headlines, to explore the lasting impact of political decisions, Big Talk got you covered. From policy debates to geopolitical insights, from thought-provoking discussions to actionable insight.
What is the real responsibility of government?
Big Talk delves deep into the heart of the matter. Join us weekdays on Global Televisions from 6:30 p.m. for a reverting journey into the heart of politics, where we dissect issues shaping our society.
With every...
Public announcement. Global Television is set to be launched starting from 9 a.m. tomorrow, 18th of July 2024, on DSTV channel 365. Be sure to tune into Global Television on DSTV channel 365, the pride of the nation.
Global TV concept is the emerging, brand that everybody must watch. So I subscribe, and I'm prescribing that we must all be ready to begin to watch Global TV.
So keep watching Global TV, especially for updates on agriculture, food, commodities, and without food, there is no great nation.
So please watch Global TV because it's going to change your life.
For an insightful idea that takes the center stage and the conversation that gets beyond the headlines, to explore the lasting impact of political decisions, Big Talk got you covered. From policy debates to geopolitical insights, from thought-provoking discussions to actionable insight.
What is the real responsibility of government?
Big Talk delves deep into the heart of the matter. Join us weekdays on Global Televisions from 6:30 p.m. for a reverting journey into the heart of politics, where we dissect issues shaping our society.
With every government and introduction of new policies, businesses of all kinds and sizes seize the opportunity to evolve and redefine themselves. Business Point on Global Television is where we follow the money and put the facts and figures right in front of you. Watch Business Point every Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. as Kikelamo Okeri tracks all the latest developments across critical sectors. Business Point, this is business.
Are you ready to be entertained like never before? Get ready to dive into the latest and greatest entertainment news in lifestyle, music, movies, birthday celebration, and so much more, all on Entertainment Circle on Global Television. From the hottest red carpet event to exclusive interviews with your favorite stars, we've got you covered. Stay up to date with the latest trends and news from the entertainment world, all in one place. Tune in every Saturday by 1 p.m. with Chong Annabelle Joseph on Global Television.
This is a public announcement. Global Television is set to be launched starting from 9 a.m. tomorrow, 18th of July 2024, on DSTV channel 365. Be sure to tune into Global Television on DSTV channel 365, the pride of the nation.
Global TV concept is the emerging, brand that everybody must watch. So I subscribe, and I'm prescribing that we must all be ready to begin to watch Global TV.
So keep watching Global TV, especially for updates on agriculture, food, commodities, and without food, there is no great nation.
So please watch Global TV because it's going to change your life.
For an insightful idea that takes the center stage and the conversation that gets beyond the headlines, to explore the lasting impact of political decisions, Big Talk got you covered. From policy debates to geopolitical insights, from thought-provoking discussions to
All right, you're welcome back, and that was Global AM News by Mr. Uyi Agbomofuegbe. Up next is Sports News. Stay tuned.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to Sports News Update. The winner of the 2024-2025 Nigerian Premier Football League season will get an improved prize money of 200 million naira, a 33.3% increase from the last season's 150 million naira. Chairman of the MPFL board, Benga Elegbeleye, announced the increment after the annual general meeting of the board and club owners in Abuja, where the clubs also agreed to the August 31st proposed kickoff date for the new season, as well as the 38-game format. Matchday 1 fixtures for the season were also released, with reigning champions Enugu Rangers taking on President's Federation Cup champions El Kanemi Warriors in the first game of the season on Saturday, August 31st. Next season, the winner will get 200 million, and award of 1 million naira each to the best player and coach is to encourage the players and coaches. The president of the Spanish Football Association has been handed a 2-year ban from football just days after lifting the European Championship trophy with his victorious players in Berlin. Pedro Rocha was appointed to the role of interim head of the ROFEF in the wake of the resignation of the disgraced former president Luis Rubiales. His predecessor came under the widespread criticism after he forcibly kissed Spain's Jennifer Hermoso during the trophy presentation at the Women's World Cup in the summer of 2023. Rubiales claims the kiss was consensual. Rubiales was later handed a 3-year ban from football activities from FIFA and will now stand trial over 1 count of sexual assault and 1 coercion for his alleged activities at the prize-giving ceremony. Real Madrid are reportedly interested in signing Liverpool star Trent Alexander-Arnold during the summer transfer window. The 25-year-old, who has spent his entire career at Liverpool, has been linked with the Spanish giant in the past, but a deal never materialized. Given Alexander Arnold has entered the final year of his contract, it comes as no surprise that Real Madrid have reignited their interest. However, what may surprise Liverpool fans is that Alexander Arnold is said to be interested in the move to the Spanish capital. Lenny Yaro is flying to England to have a medical and finalize personal terms over a move to Manchester United worth £52 million. Lille accepted United's offer of £42 million plus £10 million in add-ons for the 18-year-old French centre-back last week, but there were concerns that Euro is flying to England to have a medical and finalize personal terms over a move to Manchester United worth up £52 million. Lille accepted United's offer of £42 million plus £10 million in add-ons for the 18-year-old French centre-back last week, but there were concerns that Euro's preference was to join Real Madrid. However, United have moved swiftly to get the deal done and are hopeful of signing him on a 5-year contract with the option to extend it by another 12 months. Euro, who made 41 appearances for Lille last season, was also attracting interest from Liverpool and Paris Saint-Germain. Kylian Mbappe has said no decision has been yet made on whether or not he will undergo surgery following his arrival at Real Madrid. Mbappe broke his nose during France's first game at Euro 2024 on June 17. Instead of having surgery that might have ruled him out of the rest of the tournament, Mbappe returned to the field 8 days later wearing a protective mask. The 25-year-old admitted that he found the mask uncomfortable and he did not wear it at all during France's last game of the Euros in the 2-1 defeat by Spain in the semi-finals. And that's how we call it a wrap on the Sports News Update. I am Anthony Momodu.
Thank you, Anthony Momodu, for that Sports Update there. And that's also an opportunity to remind you that Anthony Momodu will be bringing you Talk Sports Special Edition at 10 o'clock West Africa time as part of activities lined up to mark and make very special this very particular occasion of global television going on DSTV channel 365 at 9 o'clock West Africa time, and it's the reason we are inviting you to join us in this celebration. But then we have papers coming up as well as a big day. Just to give you an insight, former Chief Whip, it's interesting how I'm already saying former Chief Whip of the Senate, Ali Ndume, has now been removed and replaced just yesterday. Of course, we'll let you in on the circumstances and some very salient events that led to if you like, that grand finale that took place during plenary yesterday. But then, politicians will always be politicians and politics will remain politics. We're taking a quick break. When we return, it will be time to look at big headlines for you across Nigerian dailies. Do stay with us, everyone.
Announcement. Global television is set to be launched starting from 9 a.m. tomorrow, 18th of July 2024 on DSTV channel 365. Be sure to tune into Global Television on DSTV channel 365, the pride of the nation.
Global TV concept is the emerging, brand that everybody must watch. So I subscribe, and I'm prescribing that we must all be ready to begin to watch Global TV.
So keep watching Global TV, especially for updates on agriculture, food, commodities, and without food, there is no great nation.
So please watch Global TV because it's going to change your life.
For an insightful idea that takes the center stage and the conversation that gets beyond the headlines, to explore the lasting impact of political decisions. Big Talk got you covered. From policy debates to geopolitical insights, from thought-provoking discussions to actionable insight.
What is the real responsibility of government?
Big Talk delves deep into the heart of the matter. Join us weekdays on Global Televisions from 6:30 p.m. for a reverting journey into the heart of politics, where we dissect issues shaping our society.
With every government and introduction of new policies, businesses of all kinds and sizes seize the opportunity to evolve and redefine themselves. Business Point on Global Television is where we follow the money and put the facts and figures right in front of you. Watch Business Point every Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. as Kikelamo Okere tracks all the latest developments across critical sectors. Business Point, this is business.
Are you ready to be entertained like never before? Get ready to dive into the latest and greatest entertainment news in lifestyle, music, movies, birthday celebration, and so much more, all on Entertainment Circle on Global Television. From the hottest red carpet events to exclusive interviews with your favorite stars, we've got you covered. Stay up to date with the latest trends and news from the entertainment world, all in one place. Tune in every Saturday by 1 p.m. with Chong Annabelle Joseph on Global Television.
Now time to turn to the papers for you. We have a handful of them to look at this morning. Incidentally, we're beginning with the Daily Times newspaper. Let's begin with stories above the nameplate of the Daily Times. It says, parliamentary coup, Senate sacks Undume as majority whip, appoints Mongono. It's interesting how Daily Times captions it. He calls it a parliamentary coup. All right, still above the nameplates of the Daily Times today, Imo Assembly recommends sack of CJ over alleged age falsification. PDP Governors Forum condemns mismanagement of economy by APC-led federal government. That doesn't sound really new now. Obviously, it's part of opposition politics. Nobody can stop 8 years of Tinubu. Umahi, as the Minister of Works, former Governor of Ebonyi State, talking. Obaseki kicks as court reinstates Shaibu as Edo Deputy Governor. That headline has a rider that says, Edo Government Assembly head to appeal courts. You can read those details for yourself when you turn to page 2 of today's issue of Daily Times. What's more, says Tinubu to Africa's ministers of solid minerals, defend Africa, extend sustainable upliftment to our people. The rider says orders solid minerals ministry to issue mining license only if it adds value locally. And then on the foot, just on the foot of the Daily Times newspaper, NDLEA auctions properties forfeited by drug cartels. You can find those details on page 4 of the Daily Times newspaper. That takes us to the very next paper this morning, which is the Daily Sun newspaper, and Juma has those details for us.
Yes, and the caption of the Daily Sun above, it says, PDP governors chide APC on state of economy. And here it says, throw weight behind Rivers, Governor Fubara. And still on the Daily Sun, giving us some very sunny news, it says, Tinubu moves to raise 2024 budget by 6.2 trillion naira. And still on the Sun newspaper, we have News Central partners with Nairametrics to produce Market Plus. Well, on the Daily Sun, it says, President should come up with national minimum wage. That's the Labour Party, and you can see that on page 21 of the Daily Sun. And here on the Daily Sun, on page 27 and 35, it says, Edo government hails appeal as court reinstates Shaibu as deputy governor, which was already on the other newspaper. Gunmen adopt 11 passengers on Enugu-Abakaliki Expressway. Senate axes in Dume. And that's most of the write-up on the Daily Sun. And we will be moving to the next paper.
The Leadership newspaper for you this morning. The Star story on the front page of the Leadership, the headline says, a PDP governors decry minimum wage delay. That story has three writers there. Welcome Supreme Court's ruling on LG autonomy. Suggests political solutions to Rivers crisis. One more solutions. The president had waded in last year, but still the same vicious circle. All right. Court bars PDP from conducting congresses in Rivers. But above the Star headline there, Edo court affirms Ighodalo's as PDP candidate, nullifies Shaibu's impeachment. All of those are some of the part of the build-up to the governorship election in Edo States, as we know, scheduled already for September 21. So it's a matter of 2 months away. But let's take it up a little, a notch higher now. Tinubu asks NAS to increase 2024 budget by 6.2 trillion naira. Then above the name mast of the Leadership newspaper, Didi Walsin-Jack appointed new head of service. We understand the current head of service, Dr. Folashade Yemieso, will be wrapping up her service term on the 13th of August. And then Didi Walsin-Jack will assume office on the 14th of August, which is the very next day. So look forward to a more vibrant, forward-looking, innovative, creative, and value-adding federal civil service going forward. Mangono replaces Ndume as Senate Majority Whip. That's a story which details you can find on page 6 of the Leadership newspaper. And then when you look at the right end of Leadership Today front page, UAE Embassy mom as uncertainty trails visa fee hike. Juma, when this story broke about the ban being lifted by the United Arab Emirates, and the federal government had told Nigerians that ban lifting took effect on the 16th of this month, which was 2 days ago. Nigerians were excited, especially those who traveled there for business, for vacation, those who probably even school there. But then it was more like an anticlimax when we heard that there had been some increase. By some estimates, they say some 640,000 naira, making it 688,000 for visa application, which is the highest anywhere in the world. Of course, in Nigeria as well. And then there was also the story about how that you need to have $10,000 in your account. You must show account statements showing a bottom line, as they say in banking, of $10,000. But as of yesterday, we understand that the embassy, the UAE authorities in Nigeria had denied that there's no truth in such a statement. But we're also waiting for the Nigerian authorities to let the public know their side of the story. Because we have the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, for example, which has a minister. And then, of course, we have the agency that is focused on diaspora affairs, the Nigerian Diaspora Commission, where you have Abike Dabiri, for example. So we should be hearing things happening along these lines. We have committees, both Senate and House of Representatives, focusing on foreign affairs, issues around diplomacy, bilateral ties, and so on and so forth. So we should have authoritative updates as to what is happening along this line. Otherwise, it means whatever effort the government, particularly under the leadership of President Bola Tinubu has made in this regard will go to waste.
Total. Yeah, it's very unfortunate. But like you said, I hope, the United Emirates, they've come out to say that it's false and all of that. Let's be sure that it is false because, seriously, it is outrageous.
It is.
We spoke about it yesterday on Global Morning, Anthony and I, and we said this is just a form of extortion when it comes to the desperateness of Nigerians wanting to travel abroad, when it comes to better means of livelihood.
Greener pasture.
Greener pasture. So right now, if this is true, we know that it is, for every rumor there's an atom of truth in it, but whatever it is, the governance in Nigeria needs to do more. In the sense that you need to ensure that the livelihood of Nigerians are taken care of. It's very important. The truth is, if everything was fine, if our economy was apt, if everything was okay, do you think many Nigerians will want to travel abroad and leave the shores of their country where there is freedom compared to the freedom in which they have outside the shores of Nigeria? So we just hope it's false, and we hope we get to the roots of this matter as soon as possible. It is outrageous.
And you know what they say, business insurance is business. All right, but again, that's a story for a different day altogether. Let's return to a few more headlines from today's issue of Leadership newspaper. It says, Northern varsities more proactive in loan scheme. That's according to NELFund. It's a good thing. So other regions of the country should follow suit now, right? Kano government revokes lands allotted by Gandhi J. NACON chairman explains 90 billion naira subsidy for 2024 Hajj. Those are your headlines this morning from the Leadership newspaper. Jumai will walk us through the Guardian.
Yes, I will. All right, now the Guardian newspaper, the upper caption says Nigeria nears 14 trillion deficits as Tinubu adds 6.2 trillion naira to budget, and that you will see on page 6 of the Guardian. Now, still on the Guardian, it says petrol loading cost surges to 1,117 naira per litre. Now, still on the Guardian, PDP governors slam Tinubu over Nigerians' mismanaged economy. Now, that's a big one here. We've seen, of course, let's look at the Renewed Hope agenda and what that actually portrays. A lot of people will tell you they've actually benefited from the Renewed Hope agenda, but others will beg to differ. But we hope that there's just a balance, so that the impact of this Renewed Hope agenda will be felt by each and everyone in the country. We hope so as soon as. And still on the Guardian newspaper, it says in Dume's the motion strokes warnings of collapse for APC democracy. PDP governors slam. Okay, I've said that. Shock therapy alone will not cure Nigerians' economic ills, says Financial Times. So I'm trying to wonder. I don't want to laugh, but shock therapy, really? Like, what do you mean?
Like what economists will call short gap measures.
Exactly.
Right? You just intervene at every point in time, but you don't really ultimately have
a solution.
Yes, sustainable solution. That's the final analysis solves the fundamentals underneath this problem.
And if you look at it critically, the only time we get answers is when there is a protest.
When there's crisis.
When there is, where you see, and the government tries as much as possible to just find that shock therapy. But at the long run, look at the minimum wage. It has lingered for a while. And now and allegedly, there's going to be a strike for one whole month. How are we going to
That's a long time.
That is a long time. But let's just see how well this plays, and let's hope everything comes to normal. Now, UI students protest fee electricity tariff hike, block school entrances. Now, court reinstates Shaibu's Edo deputy governor. And that is all we have on The Guardian. And talking about this electricity issue when it comes to UI students, like I always say, the tertiary institution, when it comes to education, should be well looked into, because these are children, they are the future leaders. And then when we have issues like electricity, how would they function? You need electricity to actually read, for proper lecturing to go on, for equipment and all of that. And when you see things like this, and when we hear about our band A, but what band do you fall in?
I've been told that I'm on band A.
Okay.
Yes. You have to look at me again. Well, like I said, I was told.
You were told.
Yes.
All right, but we just hope that things just fall into place. But it's such an unfortunate incident there when you see students who are supposed to be in the four walls in their lecture hall receiving lectures and having that balance when it comes to a serene environment, and you hear protests blocking entrances to the lecture halls. It's really, really sad.
It is sad.
It's sad. And then, of course, Uyi, you're going to take us through the Vanguard.
Let's see a few more headlines for you this morning, everyone. Our next port of call right now will be, just looked at the Guardian newspaper. So let's go ahead now and take a look at the Vanguard for you. All right, Vanguard is loaded, as is always the case, but let's bring you the headlines one at a time, starting with the Star story. Telecom sector hard hit by harsh government policies. That's according to some reports that has its details on page 5 of the Guardian newspaper today. And if you take it down further, the next headline there reads, PDP governors warn against presidential interference in Edo, Ondo, Guba polls. Apparently, the opposition is afraid of federal might now. All right, then you have a few headlines, riders accompany that headline in particular. Osimhen set to join PSG, and that's also on page 30 of the Vanguard newspaper. Protests against hardship. Zulum meets security chiefs, monarchs, religious leaders, others. That sounds a bit concerning. But then let's raise our game now and look at headlines above the nameplate for you. How weak institutions aid corruption, threaten democracy, Ganduje, Kuka, Yakubu. And then there's one here, a headline with a picture of the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Bola Tinubu. It reads, Methodist bishops, Islamic clerics to FG, hardship may lead to chaos, anarchy. All right, we move away from that. For attacking Tinubu, APC sacks Ndume as Senate Chief Whip. Did he overstep? Or did he get on some nerves? Well, you can find out on page 9 of the Vanguard newspaper. But above it all, insurance assets hit 3.3 trillion naira as premium income rises 51%. So there's a bit of penetration, as it were, in the insurance sector. I mean, there's a lot of buy-in now, increased acceptance by Nigerians, which wasn't the case some 10, 20 years ago. So that's something to celebrate, or at least be excited about for a minute. But that's all the headlines we have for you from the Vanguard newspaper this morning. And then News Direct, Nigerian News Direct is our next port of call.
Yes, it is. Nigerian News Direct says the 2024 budget, Tinubu eyes Senate approval for extra 6.2 trillion naira. And still on the Nigerian News Direct, Ndume bags new appointments as Akpabio reshuffles Senate Standing Committee. And PMS landing course, Miman urges NMPC, NMD, PRA to embrace accountability, transparency. This is very important, really. It should be. Let us be in the know what is happening when it comes to the fuel issue, and of course the NMPC, and of course the NMD, PRA, very important that we know. Now, IOC is using training arms to earn high profit margins from local crude buyers, Dangote alleges. And Thriving Women Conference, Dare to Dream, empowers women to pursue their goals. It's very important. Yesterday on Global Morning, we spoke about women, how you can encourage the woman, empower those that are behind bars, how you can straighten them, empower them. And we had a TSO who really spoke about it, how you can be that support system, which is very important. Now, Edo court rules Chaibu impeachment illegal, reinstates deputy governor. Tinubu appoints new HOS as Yemi Eson retires. And that is it on the Nigerian News Direct. And we're moving on to the next paper.
All right, so let's bring you our next paper this morning, which is the Daily Trust newspaper. All right, let's begin just beneath the nameplates of the Daily Trust for you. It says 250 repatriated Nigerians returning from UAE. That's according to the NITCOM, that's a Nigerian Diaspora Commission. Okay, 250, that's a whole lot of number.
That is a lot.
Yes, it is. All right. Tinubu seeks National Assembly's approval to raise 2024 budget by 6.2 trillion naira. NEF condemns eviction order issued Northerners in Delta. That's the Northern Elders Forum. They're condemning eviction order issued Northerners in Delta. Right. Then the Star Story says PDP governors worry over hardship, mismanagement of economy, frown at government's inability to resolve wheat crisis. LG autonomy assured under us will respond appropriately. That's the APC. But just to state clearly that the PDP governors met yesterday in Enugu, hosted by Governor Umba, Enugu State Governor. So this was one of the take-homes, so if you like, takeaways from that meeting, right? But let's look at headlines on the left pane of the front page of the Daily Trust today. UI students protest fees hike, rationed electricity. IOC selling crude at $4 per barrel above market price. That's according to Aliko Dangote, the owner of the Dangote Refinery and Petrochemicals Company. All right, fire kills Kano commissioner's daughter, 2 others. Quite a pathetic story there.
Very pathetic.
Quite a pathetic story. We hope that we're able to put in place measures to forestall occurrences like this one. All right, but then we have the Tribune for you. That's our next port of call, Nigerian Tribune. This morning.
Yes, and that is the final paper we'll be having this morning on the newspaper review. And the Nigerian Tribune says at the upper caption, it says, court reinstates Shaibu. That has been making rounds really on almost all the papers.
It's a big story.
It is a big story. As Edo Deputy Governor, Assembly Appeals sacks stay of execution. Now, Labour's demand for new national minimum wage justified. PDP governors, of course, is justified with the high cost of living. It is when you look at it critically, really. And then still on the Nigerian Tribune, it says, days after criticizing Tinubu, Senate sacks Ndume as chief whip. And still on the Nigerian Tribune, it says, reps receive bill seeking 6 years single term for president and others. 6 years single term. How well do you think that will play out? Normally it's 8 years.
Yes, this proposal has been here for a while. Remember under former President Goodluck Jonathan, he had even proposed it. Perhaps more like something that was going to be an executive bill to say, look, let's have a system where you have a president in office or a governor in office for 6 years straight, but the Constitution bars them from having a second term. So once you're done with your 6 year single term, you're not running for office again. That sort of thing. Because some people's argument, amongst others, is that it will help executives, elected ones, whether they are governors or the president, to sit tight, stay focused on the job, as they say in the corporate world, keep their eye on the ball. In such a way that, look at where we are now, for example. President Bola Tinubu has just done, a year and 2 months in office, barely a year and 2 months in office, and we're already talking 2027. So at some point, you realize that the man is not as focused on the job as he ought to be, because he wants to be able to, as people say, secure his legacy. He wants to be able to continue his good work in office, but he also wants to ensure that the boys are comfortable. His party continues to stay in power, because you're not just there for yourself, you're there for a whole gamut of entities.
Yes, but this comes into play in 2 ways. It's a win-win situation. For as much as you want to say that we're already talking 2027, but there's some individuals who are in power who have done amazing jobs.
And we can't deny that.
We cannot deny it. And some people might want them to come in for a second term
in
office
to
come back. So this will affect, for me, I feel it's a win-win for some that have
if you have done well and your people want you back.
Exactly. And for some who are doing badly, they'll be there for 6 whole years and you're stuck with that. But for some who are doing exceedingly well and you want them to come back, this particular policy will affect them. I think it should be reviewed and then they should place a policy policy that if you're doing badly in office, and a lot of people are complaining, you can be impeached.
And that's why you have the impeachment clause as well.
Yes, truly.
Presidents can be impeached, governors can be impeached as well.
Exactly. But the 6-year long term, I think that should be reviewed for those that work
maybe
really
we
hard.
can have a try at it and see how it turns out.
Yes, I think so. I think we can. Now, still on the Nigerian Tribune, we have Ogun renames 5.7 kilometer Kenta Idu Aba Road after Wole Soyinka. That's a big achievement there.
Right, on his 90th birthday.
90th birthday. And then why local oil price will continue to increase, Dangote. And then Tinubu writes, NAS moves to increase 2024 budget to 33.7 trillion naira. And the dancing governor at Adeleke promises to fast-track actions on students' welfare, which is very important. You can find that on page 4 of the Nigerian Tribune, and that is all on the newspaper review today.
Right. It's been a long stretch of reviews.
Yes, it has.
Of headlines across 8 national dailies today. And we do hope that you take out time to read all of these papers, or at least as many as you can for yourself. So whatever Juma and I have done here today will just be motivating you to stay ahead of the news for yourself. So take that initiative. On our part, we're taking the initiative to take another break, but would like to remind you that Global Television will be live on DSTV channel 365 at 9 a.m. West Africa time. And we'll talk to you about that as we continue to bring you excellent broadcasting here on Global Television. Do stay with us.
Public announcement. Global Television is set to be launched starting from 9 a.m. tomorrow, 18th of July 2024, on DSTV channel 365. Be sure to tune into Global Television on DSTV channel 365, the pride of the nation.
Global TV concept is the emerging, brand that everybody must watch. So I subscribe, and I'm prescribing that we must all be ready to begin to watch Global TV.
So keep watching Global TV, especially for updates on agriculture, food, commodities, and without food, there is no great nation.
So please watch Global TV because it's going to change your life.
For an insightful idea that takes the center stage and the conversation that gets beyond the headlines, to explore the lasting impact of political decisions, Big Talk got you covered. From policy debates to geopolitical insights, from thought-provoking discussions to actionable insight.
What is the real responsibility of government?
Big Talk delves deep into the heart of the matter. Join us weekdays on Global Televisions from 6:30 p.m. for a reverting journey into the heart of politics, where we dissect issues shaping our society.
With every government and introduction of new policies, businesses of all kinds and sizes seize the opportunity to evolve and redefine themselves. Business Point on Global Television is where we follow the money and put the facts and figures right in front of you. Watch Business Point every Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. as Kikelamo Okeri tracks all the latest developments across critical sectors. Business Point. This is business.
Are you ready to be entertained like never before? Get ready to dive into the latest and greatest entertainment news in lifestyle, music, movies, birthday celebration, and so much more, all on Entertainment Circle on Global Television. From the hottest red carpet events to exclusive interviews with your favorite stars, we've got you covered. Stay up to date with the latest trends and news from the entertainment world, all in one place. Tune in every Saturday by 1 p.m. with Chung and Emil Joseph on Global Television.
In an ever-busy world, the increasing challenge of keeping track of health matters can be extremely demanding. Follow the latest health tips and trends on Health Guide on Global Television on Tuesday at 3 p.m. Health Guide on Global Television. Put your health first. Get ready for it. Inside Today brings you issues relating to family, peer pressure, drugs, substance abuse, societal and topical issues making rounds. Join Jumaine Manson on Global Television Monday to Thursday and a repeat every Friday. Time 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Don't miss out.
Are you a food lover? Do you care about your health and nutrition? Are you interested in exploring the diverse culinary traditions from around the world? Then look no further. Introducing Lunch Global on Global Television, a show that takes you on a delicious journey through the world of food, nutrition, and diet. So, whether you're a seasoned foodie, a health enthusiast, or simply curious about the world of food, Lunch Global has something for everyone. Tune in Mondays to Fridays and let your taste bud take you on a journey of flavor, culture, and discovery on Lunch Global. Bon appetit!
Time check. It's midday. Then it's Midday Discourse. Midday Discourse is a program that covers trending local and international news, current issues, and human-related topics. Join Samuel Odi weekdays 1 p.m. on Global Television. The discussion starts here.
It's time for sports' biggest moments on Global Television. The headlines, scores.
Tomorrow's join Sharon Ajay as she takes you to explore the thrilling and exciting world of storytelling.
I'll be sharing with you our next interesting story.
Tune in every Saturday on Global Television, time 5:30 p.m.
Is the desk on Global Television?
Nigeria. Come join Anthony Momodu on television's most compelling and facts-finding talk live show.
We are the Palestinians. We are the Canaan because
that this country gets it right.
Who are these bandits?
It's the Desk on Global Television, where we analyze and dissect storming issues and commentaries in the world's biggest black nation, Nigeria.
Who is being held accountable for this money?
The eyes have it.
We stay and decide policies and reforms on the decks. Tune in Mondays to Fridays, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. on Global Television. Let's stay on the decks.
Global Morning is your ultimate destination for engaging political and economic matters. I am Uyi Agmofrebe.
And don't forget to include social discussions. Tune in every weekdays from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. I am Queen Agaba.
For insightful breakfast ideas, business summaries, sports highlights, international and local news perspective, I am Anthony Momodu.
Don't miss the in-depth analysis of current and political issues by the Global Morning team and experts. I am Jumaine Manson.
Catch Global Morning here on Global Television, getting on the action. I am Edikan Michael.
We are
the Global Morning team.
You're welcome back, and if you're just tuning in, this is Global Morning on Global Television, and we're here, and we're excited to be here. And before that very quick break, we had the newspaper review. Hope you were well informed when it comes to the activities making rounds and making headlines. And like I am not doing it alone, like Mr. Uyagmo Fuegbe is here on his on his blue suit and tie, looking all fly, excited that we're going to be on DSTV in the next couple of minutes, right? In the next like less than 20 minutes, we will be on DSTV. It's an amazing feel and excitement. There are butterflies in my stomach right now. I'm so excited.
I can imagine there's been a build-up. I mean, when you look at where we're coming from, all of the long nights. I mean, we all left here late into the night yesterday
yes,
because we couldn't afford to allow loose ends, things like that. And then, of course, we can't afford to disappoint our TV viewers as well, particularly now that the bar has been risen a little higher than it had been before now. So it also means more work for the team here at Global Television. It means we have to be more creative, more innovative, particularly in terms of content where you are the lead. All right. It also means that we must look at where the industry is heading on a global scale and think internationally, best practice and so on and so forth. And I love the fact that more than ever before, we're understanding that element of knowing that we are no longer where we used to be. And where we are heading, I mean, where we are now is even nothing compared to where we're heading. But again, we're excited about today and knowing that we can do a lot with how far we've come now, what we have achieved now, in itself is a whole lot of motivation for us.
Yes, and of course, this particular milestone has shown that we have grown. It's shown that we're now maturing when it comes to the media industry. It's very important that we deliver as best as we can. Trusted, tested, and to be on this particular platform is a big deal. I tell people it's a big deal because it is a platform that everyone wants to be reckoned with. You can have so much, but if you're not on the DSTV platform, then it looks as if you're not doing as much as you ought to. So many have tried, and that's why I said kudos to our MD, no other person than Dr. Ibrahim Biu, who set the ball rolling, who did not give up even when it was hard, even when it was tiring. It was overwhelming at a point for me. I was like, oh God, let's just focus on what we have and just, but what it means is you can actually achieve so much once you put your mind, your soul and heart into it. And like I will always say, congratulations to each and every one of us. We made it, we're here. And the next 13 minutes or so will be on the DSTV platform. Hooray.
You know, I mean, what more can we say? I remember yesterday we had this exclusive interview with our MD, Dr. Ibrahim Biu, and he highlighted a couple of things leading to these particular achievements of being on DSTV. And he said it has been everything. You know, the time, the energy, the funding, you know, the political factor in it and things like that. And then, of course, you also need to realize that it's competitive. It's not a walk in the park, as they say, to get on DSTV. You have sister stations that crave to be there as well, all right? But we take this with humility because it's not as if we are the ones who are putting the best, you know, but it's just important to note that as it stands right now, all of those efforts have finally paid off.
Yes, it has. And, you know, this is really an exciting feeling for each and every one of us. Everyone is excited from the news and current affairs. You have done a lot when it comes to pushing this out there, informing the general public on the news back to back. And, of course, you've been the lead when it comes to that. You know, when you hear Uyagbomo Fuegbe, there's a man sitting close to me at this point, really. But kudos to each and every one of us, from broadcasters to presenters, and let's not forget the very strong woman in our midst, or the President Aisha Larry Musa, who is the general manager, who has given us that push with her wealth of experience. She has been there back to back. Really, there was no mistakes making her the GM, no mistakes at all. And still looking at this, and we're here, we're celebrating, and the first discuss of the day will be hitting our airways, and of course, we'll be here to discuss with a professor from Bayes University, right, Mr. Uyi?
He'll be, I mean, talking about the TV-friendly Professor Abiodun Adeni, so Professor of Communications from Bayes University. He'll be joining us virtually via Zoom this morning to help look at the journey of television, if you like, the evolution, all right, more like an overview of television broadcasting in Nigeria. We'll stretch it a bit further to Africa and see how far we've come. It's been about 6 decades of television in this country, and it hasn't been the same. It has changed a lot. We've seen more of private sector participation. I remember as a young boy growing up, primary school days, you had 2 options. You were either watching the NTA or you were watching the state-owned broadcasting outfit. Very true. My other brother and I would always have some sort of conflict with my dad because he wanted to watch football, most times live match on NTA at 4 p.m. At that time, the state-owned broadcasting service would be airing wrestling. So my brother didn't have much of an issue because he had always been a sports fan, I mean, football enthusiast, but I wasn't big on that at all. So I wanted to watch wrestling instead. So, of course, they would win because it was about numbers, right? Okay, we'll talk a bit more of numbers. That will be right after this short break. Do stay with us.
Announcement. Global Television is set to be launched starting from 9 a.m. tomorrow, 18th of July 2024 on DSTV channel 365. Be sure to tune into Global Television on DSTV channel 365, the pride of the nation.
Global TV concept is the emerging, brand that everybody must watch. So I subscribe and I'm prescribing that we must all be ready to begin to watch Global TV.
So keep watching Global TV, especially for updates on agriculture, food, commodities, and, without food, there is no great nation.
So please watch Global TV because it's going to change your life.
For an insightful idea that takes the center stage and the conversation that gets beyond the headlines, to explore the lasting impact of political decisions, Big Talk got you covered. From policy debates to geopolitical insights, from thought-provoking discussions to actionable insight.
What is the real responsibility of government?
Big Talk delves deep into the heart of the matter. Join us weekdays on Global Televisions from 6:30 p.m. for a reverting journey into the heart of politics, where we dissect issues shaping our society.
With every government and introduction of new policies, businesses of all kinds and sizes seize the opportunity to evolve and redefine themselves. Business Point on Global Television is where we follow the money and put the facts and figures right in front of you. Watch Business Point every Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. as Kikelamo Okeri tracks all the latest developments across critical sectors. Business Point, this is business.
Are you ready to be entertained like never before? Get ready to dive into the latest and greatest entertainment news in lifestyle, music, movies, birthday celebration, and so much more, all on Entertainment Circle on Global Television. From the hottest red carpet event to exclusive interviews with your favorite stars, we've got you covered. Stay up to date with the latest trends and news from the entertainment world, all in one place. Tune in every Saturday by 1 p.m. with Chung Annabelle Joseph on Global Television.
In an ever-busy world, the increasing challenge of keeping track of health matters can be extremely demanding. Follow the latest health tips and trends on Health Guide on Global Television on Tuesday at 3 p.m. Health Guide on Global Television. Put your health first. Get ready for it. Inside Today brings you issues relating to family, peer pressure, drugs, substance abuse, societal and topical issues making rounds. Join Jumaine Manson on Global Television Monday to Thursday and it repeats every Friday. Time 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Don't miss out.
Are you a food lover? Do you care about your health and nutrition? Are you interested in exploring the diverse culinary traditions from around the world? Then look no further. Introducing Lunch Global on Global Television, a show that takes you on a delicious journey through the world of food, nutrition, and diet. So, whether you're a seasoned foodie, a health enthusiast, or simply curious about the world of food, Lunch Global has something for everyone. Tune in Mondays to Fridays and let your taste bud take you on a journey of flavor, culture, and discovery on Lunch Global. Bon appetit!
Time check. It's midday. Then it's Midday Discourse. Midday Discourse is a program that covers trending local and international news, current issues, and human-related topics. Join Samuel Odi weekdays 1 p.m. on Global Television. The discussion starts here.
It's time for sports' biggest moments on Global Television. The headlines, scores, breaking news, and commentaries on sporty events. Talking with the biggest players, strikers, and about the slam dunks and goals, stunning saves, near misses, and upsets. Let's talk about the greatest home runs, comebacks.
Oh, thank you for staying with us. We're excited to announce to you that Global Television is officially now active on DSTV channel 365. That's a conversation we're having for days before today. So finally, it has come to fruition.
Yes, it has. The anticipation, the excitement, the butterflies is like a new bride. I think that's what it is.
Oven baked bread.
Open break. Oh my God!
Come on, you can hear the excitement here from outside.
We are live on DSTV channel 365, and it's great. Oh my goodness, the excitement! Oh my goodness! We are live on DSTV channel 365, and it's an amazing feeling. Really, it is. I am so excited. From all the team. We're so excited. That is amazing. Like everyone is cheering.
I mean, that was some what they call it, actuality.
Yes, it is.
In broadcasting.
Yes, it is.
I mean, that's the mood that is just pervasive here right now.
Yes. We have to show professionalism. That's why we're not jumping and cheering all over the place.
Otherwise, we'll knock off the chairs.
But congratulations to each and every one of us, all the team Global Television. We are so happy. All right, we are so happy. We are excited. We are here on DSTV channel 365 on Global Television. And yes, that is a countdown to show the excitement which we are having right here in the studio. So congratulations to each and every one of us, the managerial staff, of course, our MD, from each and every one of us, the team on Global Television. We are live on DSTV channel 365. Congratulations.
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 We are proud of us.
We are proud of we are proud, and we are proud to be on this amazing platform, right?
We sure are.
We are.
I mean, come on, things have just gotten better.
Yes.
No doubt about that. We've raised the bar at least a notch higher. This is where we should have been the whole time.
Exactly.
But better late than never.
Better late than never. Right? I like that. Room to improve and become better, so you can have that standard in which DSTV has always portrayed to give the right information to the public.
Right. And Global TV is one of those major channels now being used to accomplish that purpose.
Yes,
We're taking a quick break. When we return, we'll be joined by an erudite professor of communication to help us find sense in how television broadcasting has evolved in Nigeria in the last 6 decades. We encourage you to stay with us.
Global TV concept is the emerging, brand that everybody must watch. So I subscribe, and I'm prescribing that we must all be ready to begin to watch Global TV.
So keep watching Global TV, especially for updates on agriculture, food, commodities, and without food, there is no great nation.
So please watch Global TV because it's going to change your life.
For an insightful idea that takes the center stage and the conversation that gets beyond the headlines, to explore the lasting impact of political decisions, Big Talk got you covered. From policy debates to geopolitical insights, from thought-provoking discussions to actionable insight.
What is the real responsibility of government?
Big Talk delves deep. Public announcement. Global Television is set to be launched starting from 9 a.m. tomorrow, 18th of July 2024 on DSTV channel 365. Be sure to tune into Global Television on DSTV channel 365, the pride of the nation.
Global TV concept is the emerging, brand that everybody must watch. So I subscribe, and I'm prescribing that we must all be ready to begin to watch Global TV.
So keep watching Global TV, especially for updates on agriculture, food, commodities, and without food, there is no great nation.
So please watch Global TV because it's going to change your life.
For an insightful idea that takes the center stage and the conversation that gets beyond the headlines, to explore the lasting impact of political decisions, Big Talk got you covered. From policy debates to geopolitical insights, from thought-provoking discussions to actionable insight.
What is the real responsibility of government?
Big Talk delves deep into the heart of the matter. Join us weekdays on Global Televisions from 6:30 p.m. for a reverting journey into the heart of politics, where we dissect issues shaping our society.
With every government and introduction of new policies, businesses of all kinds and sizes seize the opportunity to evolve and redefine themselves. Business Point on Global Television is where we follow the money and put the facts and figures right in front of you. Watch Business Point every Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. as Kikelamo Okeri tracks all the latest developments across critical sectors. Business Point, this is business.
Are you ready to be entertained like never before? Get ready to dive into the latest and greatest entertainment news in lifestyle, music, movies, birthday celebration, and so much more. All on Entertainment Circle on Global Television. From the hottest red carpet event to exclusive interviews with your favorite stars, we've got you covered. Stay up to date with the latest trends and news from the entertainment world, all in one place. Tune in every Saturday by 1 p.m. with Chong Annabelle Joseph on Global Television.
In an ever-busy world, the increasing challenge of keeping track of health matters can be extremely demanding. Follow the latest health tips and trends on Health Guide on Global Television on Tuesday at 3 p.m. Health Guide on Global Television. Put your health first. Get ready for it. Inside Today brings you issues relating to family, peer pressure, drugs, substance abuse, societal and topical issues making
We deeply appreciate you for staying with us and doing this very eventful day with us on Global Television. Again, it's no longer news that Global Television is now active on channel 365 on DSTV. Several conversations lined up to mark this day and make it very momentous. One of them is a look at how broadcast television has shaped public opinion the last 5-6 decades, particularly in Nigeria. To help us weigh in and just provide some useful insights in this regard is Dr. Abubakar Umar Kari. He's an associate professor of political sociology and is one who doubles as Dean, Students Affairs, University of Abuja. Doc, it's a delight to have you on the program.
Thank you for having me, Uyi and Jumai.
Yeah, so my colleague and I will be engaging you for the next 25, 30 minutes. I know you watch television because you shared in the excitement a while ago.
Yes,
so I want us to look at it from the perspective of the general public, how TV has evolved over time and how that evolution has also helped in shaping public opinion.
Okay, thank you so much. As we all know, the television is one of the media of communication. Is a primary or prime medium of broadcast communication. It started to assume prominence, if I recall very well, around the 1950s. And since then, it has evolved into a very, very powerful medium, an unputdownable medium that exerts a lot of influence, a lot of consequence on social, economic, political, cultural, religious, educational aspects of life. And it started, for instance, as an impressionistic medium because it has the unique characteristics of deploying both sound and pictures. And you know, individuals are always excited, particularly about pictures. So it started to compete with movies, but it is much simpler than movies. It can easily be viewed at homes and so on. And with breakthrough and innovations in science and technology, television now systematically and gradually but surely assume a very serious prominence, particularly the way it transmits information and particularly the way it attracted very prominent broadcasters, particularly in Europe and America. We talk of individuals like Dan Rather. We talk of media like the CBS, the ABC, and later the CNN, BBC, and so on and so forth. So gradually, television became so prominent that scholars in mass communication and media studies now, like Ivo Schramm, started to see the medium is now the message.
Right.
This is because TV has become so powerful and people have become so addicted to it, so glued to it, that whatever information or messages that were relayed by the media are regarded as authoritative, are regarded as the gospel truth. And the fact that also gradually media can relay information and transmit live or record momentous events, either live or the delay wasn't much, like conflict and wars, important meetings, festivals, ceremonies, and so on and so forth.
Right.
So within the last 70 or so years, the media, the television has certainly evolved as a very potent, as a very formidable and lively means of communication.
All right, Dr. Carey, I want to ask, do you think, how can television broadcasting help educate the public on their rights and responsibilities in this democratic society?
Well, it does in so many ways. The popular, maybe layman thing is that the media, including the television, informs, educates, and entertains. But the reality is that TV does much more than that. Television has been used, for instance, for socialization, and this is a very, very important role. Socialization is a lifelong process where an individual is instilled with the right attitude, manners, actions, and behaviors, right from the cradle to the grave. So, and TV or the media as a whole is one of the powerful agents and agencies of socialization. TV is also used in political communication so much. Probably that is why politicians, political parties, and political communicators deploy it before, but particularly during election and even after election, because it has the tendency to mold the opinion, to frame specific images, ideas, and so on and so forth. And TV is being used to set agenda, and probably that is where the answer to your question falls into.
Okay.
In societies that TV has like become a daily bread, most issues are actually framed through it. From morning to night, people glue to TV because it brings about issues and topics for different categories of people, children, the old, the young, in terms of news, documentaries, entertainment, and so on and so forth. So through all these mechanisms, education, information, entertainment, propaganda, even proselytization, you use TV to preach. So that is why you see in the past 20, 30 years, the ascendancy or prominence of the so-called televangelists. And they are doing so well in molding public opinion. People patronize them so much, and their gospels are taken very seriously. Politicians also use them, particularly in political campaign. In fact, there have been conclusive proof that television has helped candidates to emerge. In 1963, for instance, during the U.S. presidential election, most people attributed the victory of John Kennedy in that year's presidential election to his sterling performance in the TV debates. And since then, in the United States, in Europe, and even here, television has been deployed to sell ideas, to sell candidates, to disseminate manifestos, to popularize and transmit and relay government programs and ideas, and so on and so forth. And therefore, whatever issues it is, whether human rights, whether the rights of the people to vote, whether the performance or non-performance of government, whatever ideas can easily be marketed or translated, or transmitted through the instrumentality of television.
When you look at, it's been a little over 3 decades since the broadcast industry was liberalized by the military government in the early 90s. When you look back to the 3 decades behind you already, would you say, from your own assessment, that the private players have done a lot, have they done much in terms of trying to drive the right narratives, in terms of making investments, capacity development for those who are the key players in the industry? Have we done so well?
We have done so well since, I think, was it 1989 or 1990, when the Ibrahim Babangida administration decided to deregulate the broadcast sector of the media. Since then, so many things have happened. We have seen the emergence of networks,
right.
TV networks, both national network, regional networks, and smaller ones. And they have been servicing the people so well. People have been so happy with them. People from morning till night, or even till wee hours, glue themselves to these networks, whether it's AIT or channels, or Arise, or Trust TV, or Global TV, and so on. And so this media or these television stations have now become part and parcel of our society. And they have done so well in attracting the best in terms of broadcasters, engineers, technicians, artists, and so on. In fact, the Nigerian expertise is being showcased. If you go to all these TV stations, you'll see they are manned almost exclusively by Nigerians, and they are doing so well. The competition has been healthy. There have been marked improvement in quality of the broadcasting. They have also given us choices in their programming, in their content, in what they do. They are truly living up to expectation. And we have been getting new ones, including your own station, almost at a yearly basis. And that is what Nigeria wants. With a population of over 200 million, we need as many of these networks as possible. We need, they have also given us alternative sources of news and information, alternative sources of entertainment, and so on and so forth. So for me, since the deregulation of the broadcast media, it has been a tremendously smooth sell for the TV industry, for the broadcast media industry, however one looks at it.
All right, let's look at the area of government now. Now, how does the coverage of government activities on television impact citizens' trust in their leaders?
Yeah, the television stations have been doing well for me in that regard too, in several ways. I mentioned, like 2 or 3. In news, for instance. They have been trying to serve as a bridge between the government and the governed by relaying the activities of government to the governed, and also taking the opinions, grievances, complaints, opinions, aspirations of the populace to government. Different TV stations have been covering different events, sometimes live, including incidents, events, happenings, and so on and so forth. So they have been doing so well in that regard. Also, the TV stations have, in their content, have been churning out a number of programs, including documentaries, including coverages, and so on and so forth, of government activities. So all these help to showcase what governments at all levels are doing, and at the same time bringing the views and opinions of the governed to the government.
I want to say a big thank you to you, Dr. Abubakar Akari, political sociologist and Dean of Student Affairs, University of Abuja, for coming to share valuable insights with us this morning. We hope to see more of you going forward.
It's a pleasure having me, and congratulations once again for the new milestone.
Thank you so much for being a part of the program.
Thank you.
Global television is people's television. It's for the people. They focus on the contents of deliverables.
Watching Global Television, channel 365 on your DSTV, the station to watch for your news and current affairs. Hey!
This is Global Television, channel 365 on DSTV, the station to watch for your news and current affairs.
This is Global Television, channel 365 on DSTV, a station to watch for current affairs and other societal news. Keep watching live.
Watching Global TV on DSTV channel 365. Don't touch it now, just watch.
This is Global TV. Keep watching on channel 365 on DSTV station and listening to the latest updates. Yay!
This is Global Television on DSTV, channel 365. Keep watching. Yay!
The new Milo 3-in-1 Milky and Creamy is truly milky and contains calcium. No need to add milk for that rich, creamy cup, which helps to nourish and energize your kids.
Milo! Get ready for it. Inside Today brings you issues relating to family, peer pressure, drugs, substance abuse, societal and topical issues making rounds. Join Jumaine Manson on Global Television Monday to Thursday and they repeat every Friday. Time 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Don't miss out.
Are you a food lover? Do you care about your health and nutrition? Are you interested in exploring the diverse culinary traditions from around the world? Then look no a public announcement. Global Television is set to be launched starting from 9 a.m. tomorrow, 18th of July 2024 on DSTV channel 365. Be sure to tune into Global Television on DSTV channel 365, the pride of the nation.
Global TV concept is the emerging, brand that everybody must watch. So I subscribe and I'm prescribing that we must all be ready to begin to watch Global TV.
So keep watching Global TV, especially for updates on agriculture, food, commodities, and, without food, there is no great nation.
So please watch Global TV because it's going to change your life.
For an insightful idea that takes the center stage and the conversation.
Well, this doesn't happen every day, but then again, what can we say? It's a special day. RMD, the coach, or if you like, the team lead at Global Television, the managing director, chief executive officer, founder, and of course, the chief of the initiative, Dr. Ibrahim Biu, is with us on the program live this morning to just also lend his voice to many of the conversations we're having today and express how he feels given these milestone and this new phase Global Television has accomplished. Doc, it's good to have you on the program.
Thank you so much.
Good morning.
So first of all, I'd like us to start off from, it's a new day, not just literally, but for Global Television in terms of how far we have come. So how would you express your emotions?
Well, first and foremost, we thank Almighty Allah for giving us this day of being on DSTV. God has been so great because the journey has been very, very long and very tremendous. We thank God for seeing this day today. Secondly, I have also to thank my entire staff. You know, you have done a very good job. It has not been day and night. We have been battling, making sure that we achieve this goal. The commitment of my entire management staff, the entire staff from the cameraman to the technical people at Global Television has not been easy. It has been a taxful job. You know, your commitment, your zeal, your day and night activities. I really, really appreciate you people for reaching this point of success at the Global Television. And of course, we move to our technical team, particularly in South Africa. We have not seen each other, but we have been in touch. Mr. Andrian, Mr. Andrian and his technical team over there in South Africa. We have also to thank our multi-choice people in like Babatunde in Lagos, the managing director and the chief executive, Mr. John Igbo, and a lot of other people that really contributed in making this day a successful day today. I'm so grateful. I'm so happy, and this is not the end of the journey. This is the beginning of the journey, because the main reason why we set up this station is to make sure that we create a kind of awareness in Nigeria, in areas of climate change, in areas of security, in areas of politics, in areas of education. We are really committed, to make sure that we give a new kind of, ideas of how life is going to be. Because we have traveled wider. I've visited over 65 countries of the world. Sometimes I said my little contribution that I will give to my society is to make sure that we set up a media outfit that we can be able to digest and look at issues in a positive manner, look at issues in a patriotic manner. We have a lot of problems in this country. If you look at security issues, you look at climate change, we look at economy, we look at politics, freedom, human rights abuses, and a lot of things in our society. So Global Television will be focusing on all these topics and make sure that we digest it, we bring in experts, look at the issue critically and see how we can move forward as a country. Because if you move to so many countries of the world, you'll notice that things are not all right in Nigeria. But we need to put in our best through media to make sure that we contributed to the development of the country.
Right. For everyone out there, I am curious to know, we know that this particular journey has not been an easy one, going back and forth when it comes to technical, when it comes to content, when it comes to delivering news and current affairs. What was your motivation that kept you going and dragging all of us along, not to give up? What motivated you, sir?
It's a commitment. It's a commitment. Once you are committed to a cause, you have to achieve that cause. And that has been my training right from the childhood. If I said, I want to do this, I want to achieve it, I will fall down and wake up. And in the process, you have all noticed what we went through in this place.
Yes.
For the past 1 year, it has not been easy. Talking every day, email, talking, visiting. So it's just a commitment and zeal. I want to achieve this goal. And I think it will take me years and years, but I want to achieve it. So I don't mind if it will take me 3 or 4 years. I know I will have to achieve it. So back to your question, it's all commitment. And with the support of my lieutenants, of course I have lieutenants.
Like you always call us.
Like you people, my lieutenants. So far so good. We thank God, Almighty Allah, that today we are celebrating our being on DSTV platform channel 365.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I was just going to also ask, what does this mean for Global Television going forward? Because they say to whom much is given, much is expected.
Well, you all know what we went through, we have been going through, in terms of salaries, in terms of head costs, in terms of running the station. It has not been easy. This station is, we are about over a year now, and of course we have not started getting anything from anywhere. It is just a commitment and investment and so many things happening. But with what we are doing now, hopefully things will change, and we'll make sure that. Like for Juma, we get a dressing, you call it
dressing allowance.
Dressing allowance.
Traveling allowance.
With all the commitment there. Without the dressing allowance, even they appear, you all appear wonderful.
Of course.
So I just hope that this thing will continue.
Yes, sir.
Will continue at a very high level. We are out there to compete with other media television stations in Nigeria. Because one thing that you have to understand, if Channel Television, if Channel Television, if CNN, if Al Jazeera will move, why can't we move? If you look at Al Jazeera, look at CNN, they all started somewhere.
Right. Yes.
So we have started now. And to be honest with you, so far I just achieved 30%.
So we have a longer way to go.
Longer way to go.
I just achieved 30% by being on DSTV. I want us to go further than that. I want our studio to change. I want our professional people to be trained. I have a lot of dreams to achieve in the next 1 or 2 years to come.
Right. Well, I think that's interesting to know. I wouldn't know if Juma wants to say something, but I also want to talk about, you mentioned competition a while ago, even though we try to make it as healthy as possible, because we complement each other, whether we like it or not. I mean, you led us to the NTA the other day. And we talked about how we could synergize in the area of human, capacity building, content sharing, and so on and so forth. How do we also intend to be able to establish ourselves in the industry, at least in Nigeria for starters, and then be able to get a piece of the action, whether in terms of revenue or in terms of spotlighting issues that matter to the general public?
Well, we have just started now. We are now on DSTV, and I think we're being watched all over the nation. We're being watched internationally, and I think this is the beginning of the I don't want to use the word competition, but healthy competition. We are all committed to our country. We want the progress of Nigeria. We want the peaceful coexistence of our people. We want to make sure that our people are properly educated in areas of politics, in areas of economy, in areas of climate change, in areas of security, because this is a country whereby in the middle of the night now you can't travel to your hometown. You can't go to Benin. I can't go to Maiduguri, my own state. So all this thing is happening. So it is very important that we educate our people. How do we solve this security issue that has been facing this country? How do we solve the economic situation? Look at our Naira exchange. Look at how dollar is, a lot of problems we have in our society. So this media outfit, Global Television, would be playing a key role in addressing these key issues that is creating problem for our society. Interestingly enough, we started with United Arab Emirates, Dubai, people use called Dubai. We started together. We all, during the independent earlier time, we started. At that time, Dubai was having about, historically, go and look at it, they were having about 4 aircraft, and Nigeria was having 8 commercial, Nigerian Airways at that time. Now, as I'm talking to you, United Arab Emirates, that is Emirates, they are having about 400 aircraft. Nigeria, we have nothing. No aircraft, no national carrier that will fly all over the world. United Arab Emirates is having about 400 flying globally everywhere. What happened? Why did we get it wrong? Why did we derail? So I think as a patriotic Nigerians, we have a duty to address this kind of issue so that things will change in Nigeria for good. If we don't do that, our children or our grandchildren will not forgive us. So let us do our best in our own professional area. Our professional area is media. So let's do our best. The security people are doing their best. Others are doing their best. Let's move this country forward. Patriotism, commitment, zeal of making sure that this country move forward is very important to me and is very paramount. And this is what we are going to inject and as we move on DSTV channel 365.
Now, I have a question for all the media outfits who are actually looking up to you for this great achievement, who have tried with non-count, not succeeding. What do you have to say to them?
Well, I've been in the media industry for the past 40 years, right from Voice of America, in Washington, D.C., Deutsche Welle, Germany, you know, before moving back to Nigeria and joined the public service. You know, I retired as a Director of Public Affairs with Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. So I've been in the industry. I know everybody. Virtually, I know everybody in the media industry in Nigeria. And this is the time that we have to cooperate. This is the time that we have to, you know, we have a lot of organizations, you know, like Nigerian Union of Journalists, we have BORN. This is the time we have to put our head together and make sure that we move this country forward. We have to contribute our own, you know, quota in a way of making sure that things are moving in this country.
Exactly.
You know, and to be honest, if you see what is happening, like for example, if you look at Abuja now, Abuja, there's a lot of tremendous improvement in terms of, honestly, I don't want to start saying things about the present minister. The present minister is doing a good job, especially in terms of security, all this one chance has reduced tremendously. And if you look also, some of my staff here were victims of one chance. You know, these are some of the things we have to address. If you look at Abuja in the night, you'll be impressed that you will see that, yes, it has improved tremendously, because you will see all this light and, you know, things are going on. You feel that this is the capital of Nigeria. So this is very important. When I was coming into Nigeria in the night, I see, you know, the brightness of the city. So beautiful. We should be proud of our country. We should be patriotic about our country. We should contribute. Everybody has a responsibility. Juma, you have a responsibility. You have a responsibility. I have a responsibility. And that is how the country will move forward.
We would like to say a very big thank you to you, Dr. Ibrahim Biu, the Managing Director and CEO of Global Television, for coming to also motivate us on live television this morning. We do appreciate it. The celebration continues here at Global TV. We would like to say a big thank you to the entire team, not just for today's event, but for the whole process that led up to these big achievements that we are all celebrating today. Juma Manson, myself, we are saying thank you to you on behalf of our entire team here for spending a part of your time with us. Our special broadcast today continues. And of course, at top of the hour, Anthony Momodu will be bringing you a spectacular edition of Talk Sports. Do stay with Global Television. Welcome to Global Morning.
The death toll from flooding.
Most time our politicians just bring in policies too, for sure.
Incidentally, we have several more stories.
The legislature was carefully crafted to
22.2% inflation rates as of April this year. What does that say about where we are as a country?
I think Nigeria has resorted to being resilient.
Before you call a police station, before they even leave, they'll take permission from
I don't think there's really anything on ground to improve.
The struggle with the ASU strike.
You have done your work and put us to the wall. We are not the slaves. I'm not a small boy. You should have given me the report. I have not seen the report.